Hello campers and fishermen. We're at Cypress Bend Campground on Toledo Bend Reservoir, and it's October 5th, 2016. We're going to take a little drive through the campground just to show you what it looks like. If you're like me, you like to try to get an idea of what the campground and area looks like before you book it up, before you go there. We're camped on the lake here, which is a premium site. It's 1 through 10. It's on the right hand side. It's nice because if you have a boat, or even if you don't have a boat, you're less than 50 feet to the water. All of the sites have concrete pads on the main loop here. And all of the sites, including the ones that don't have concrete pads, which are in the back, it's another loop, all have sewer, water, and electricity. That's 20, 30, and 50 amp. So big fifth wheel motorhomes, double air AC units, whatever, no problem. My truck is a 2014 Ram with a Cummins engine, what you hear in the background. There's a laundry here if you need to wash clothes. They do have monthly rates or weekly rates. On the lake it's $30, or if you're a senior citizen it's $22. The road is blacktop, but it's not it's kind of a mixture between blacktop and gravel, but it's not dusty, it's just worn out blacktop. Nearly every site, in fact I would say every site has at least one tree, shade tree. The forests around here are beautiful. They're a mixture of pine and hardwood, oak. One thing they don't have is garbage cans or dumpsters nearby your campsite. So if you're coming, bring a garbage can, which was what we did. This is our second time we've come here. There's the laundry there on the left. Coin operated, I believe. There's two loops. This is the main loop, and then there's I don't know if you'd call it primitive area because it has sewer, electric, and water, just like the rest, but it doesn't have the concrete pad. The concrete pads are excellent. They're in perfect shape. They're flat and level. There's plenty of width for your awning and slide outs. No issues with trees or anything like that getting in your way. This campground is operated by the Sabine River Authority, which they have about 6 campgrounds up and down Toledo Bend. Toledo Bend is the Sabine River. It goes all the way out to the Gulf of Mexico, although you can't go by boat all the way because there's locks and power generation and what have you. As you can see, as I said, the primitive area is you know, it's your typical just wooded area with natural campsites. They're all back in, but they do have electrical and sewer and water, which is unusual for a primitive area. The only downside is that the sites they seem to be somewhat level, but there's a lot of them are sloped, level from side to side, but not level from the tongue to the back. Right there on the right is the dump station, but you don't need it because you've got sewer at every site and water. But that's where the garbage dumpsters are. And that's the only ones I know of in the campsite. They may be more, but I didn't see any. Didn't really look that hard. On the way out, I just emptied my trash there. On the left here is the parking lot for the boat ramp. There's a little strip of grass there between the 2 roads. This is the boat ramp. Lots of parking. They do have fishing rodeos, fishing tournaments here, so I'm sure it gets pretty busy, but it's not busy right now. We're in the middle of the week. You can see the jetty off to the left there. That's right behind the campsite where we're staying from 1 to 10. We're in site 5. But that area is protected by that jetty. Even if the wind's blowing, it doesn't get rough right here by the boat launch. Straight out is the back of the campsites. The boat ramp is good. There's several, I don't know, maybe 6 slots or something like that at least. There's also a pavilion to the left there, and there's a wharf, a covered wharf. Last time we were here, we went there, and at night we caught sockeye. Some people call it crappie if you're from the north. We call them sockeye down here. Bass, catfish. This is the cabins. There's 10 cabins, I believe. Real nice cabins. You can look on the campsite for Cypress Bend. If you Google I'll put the link in the comments, but if you Google the Sabine River Authority, it'll show you a map of Toledo Bend Reservoir, and it'll show you the 6 campsites that they have up and down the Toledo Bend. It's also a great place just to go sightseeing. We had a friend with a party barge, and we went for a cruise, and it's beautiful homes. The middle of the river is the state line between Texas and Louisiana. Now we're going back to the campground. There's a hotel and a golf course, but not in this area. This area is private in that sense because you don't have a lot of traffic going to the golf course. There is a gate here that closes at 10 o'clock at night, but they give you a combination. So we're going back by the dump station, and then we're going to be going to loop 1 through 10. And as I mentioned, I'm in 5. So there's the trash cans, dumpsters, and dump station, which you won't need. As far as tent camping, I didn't see anybody tent camping. I guess you could. You'd be either setting up on a concrete slab, however, or there's no real grassy areas or anything like that for tent camping. Pretty much for travel trailers or fifth wheels. You can see the sites here, 1 to 10. That's the premium sites. But $30 a night, or 22 if you're a senior citizen, that's a deal. Very nice, beautiful sunsets. Didn't see any hiking trails or anything like that. They may have. I don't think they are. But it's just walking down the road, even outside of the campground, is a beautiful shaded road. So this is where we are, and this is where we're gonna conclude our driving tour. I'll add a few photos that we took this last go around. In closing, I hope you enjoyed the tour. I know you'll enjoy the campsite if